it going?
Good. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, pretty busy, huh? One call after another.
I'm doing. So how can I help? What's going on?
Okay, so we just want to take a few minutes of your time to just do a little very short interview, and we'll use the content to inspire and motivate the diet stars for the upcoming event next week. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's get started. It'll be just a few questions. The first one will be, how do you define success?
Yeah, sure. So success is defined by the amount of time that you spend every day getting to do something that makes you happy, something that you're passionate about. So the more of your day you get to spend doing something that you're passionate and excited and happy about, the more successful you are.
Okay.
So I worked very hard over the last 20 years, and made a lot of sacrifices. 11 years ago, took a 75% pay cut.
Oh wow!
And then in order to do something that I find a lot of fun, and I'm one of the very few people who spend their entire day doing something where I'm having a great time. I really enjoy it. I'm passionate about it, and I'm happy doing it.
Yeah.
11 years later, in the second half of December, finally, I actually started to make money again, like I used to. So it took a while, but you're very, very lucky, and it's very difficult to do. It's very hard work to get into a position where you get to spend every minute of every day doing things that you enjoy doing. So that's what you should strive for.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay.
That's it? Okay. Cool.
Yes, great. And second one is, as the director of running one of the biggest business accelerators in the world, could you share with us some of the common key traits you have identified across all successful entrepreneurs?
Okay, so the entrepreneurs are trying to solve a problem. If the problem was already solved, there would be no reason for them to be there solving it.
Right.
So it's a problem that's there, it's a problem that people have, and it's a problem that no one's been able to solve before. They're doing something that's never been done before, and that's hard.
Right.
And when you do things that are hard, oftentimes you fail. And so a lot of people do not take failure well. But the best take failure and understand that failure is part of the process. And that there's no way you're going to do something that's never been done before unless you're not only are willing to fail, but that you accepted the fact that you're probably going to fail. But that while you're failing, you do not give up. So we call these the people that we invest in. They're cockroaches. So cockroaches, you step on them, and then they get back up, and keep on going. So less than cockroaches.
Okay, be like a cockroach.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Next one will be, so let's go a little deeper. How do you define leadership? And what are some of the key traits, of a leadership, great leadership?
Well, I mean, everybody can get A players to succeed. Because they're A players. No matter what they do, they're going to do well. But leadership is getting not just A players, but B players and C players and even D players to work together as a team and to get them all working together, maybe not as A players level, but getting B and C and D players to perform above and beyond their capability. It's nobody can do it alone. A leader is someone who can get everybody moving in the same direction, focus on achieving something, and get everybody to perform at above their above and beyond how they would perform as an individual.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess that's very important for any entrepreneur to be successful. Then. Okay.
It helps. You can't do it yourself. Nobody's good at everything.
Right.
It's important to understand what you're good at. It's also important to understand what you suck at. And the best entrepreneurs are those that are willing to hire people who are better than they are.
Okay. So what advice would you give to students currently studying college? Like how should they prepare for a career?
So the most, the opportunity that you have in college is to explore. So most people don't know what makes them happy. Most high school students are told what to do. They don't have a choice.
Right.
College is the first time when you have a choice. So don't listen to people who tell you must do this, you must do that. College is the first time where you have the opportunity to try everything. And if you don't try everything, then you're wasting that opportunity. So get out there, try different things, and the opportunity. We talked a little bit about happiness before. So success is doing things that you're happy. If you're happy doing something, you're automatically going to do it well.
Right.
But most people really don't know what makes them happy. Of course, they like eating McDonald's because it's full of sugar and salt. They like playing video games because video games are designed to
make you feel good.
To stimulate certain parts of their brain, so they get dopamine injections.
Right.
But aside from outside of entertainment, how do you get that same type of reaction from something other than a game, from your job, from your work? You want to find something that makes you happy, and most people don't know what actually makes them happy. So college is an opportunity to figure out, what are you passionate about? What gets you excited? What's going to make it so that when you get up in the morning, you're excited to greet the day, not worried about all the shit that you have to do. So that's the magic of college. You don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about shelter. You're surrounded by smart people, and you've got access to mentors, otherwise known as professors, who can help you answer any questions that you might have.
Right.
And you've got 4 years of this luxury. So a lot of people get burned out by high school and then spend 4 years playing video games and hanging out with their friends. You know, it's important to play video games. It's important to hang out with your friends, but it's also important to take advantage of the opportunity to explore. Because there's lots of different classes, and you never know. You might end up liking psychology, or you might end up loving arts, or you might end up really enjoying economics, or you might, jump into computer science. You never know until you try. Who just joined?
Hi, this is Prashant. We had a call at 12 p.m. IST. This is Prashant from Trail.
Yeah, cool. You're a little early. Can you give me 4 minutes?
Sure. Can you please dial in? I'll just drop off then.
Yeah, just drop off and come back in 4 minutes. Sorry, you're just a little early, okay?
Sure. Okay.
Thanks, Prashant. Yeah, bye. Okay, sorry, Bowen. So how many more questions we got?
There are 2 more.
We got any more questions?
Yeah, we have 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 more.
Thanks.
Okay. So many students are not sure what they, what they will do for their career. What was it like for you? You know, when you were in college, how did you decide your career path, and how did you know what was right for you?
Well, that's the thing. I always grew up and I thought that I wanted to work in the government, you know, in the foreign service, in international relations. But you know, once I tried it, after university, I tried it and I figured out that I don't like it. It moves too slow.
Right.
And you know, your job is to facilitate, not necessarily do. Not until you're at a very senior level. So, while you're in college, there's something called an internship. So we highly recommend that people not just read about it, but also do it. You know, there's a big difference between reading about playing soccer, you know, football, and actually playing football. So I recommend people not just read about playing football, but also go out there and play. And during university, there's a lot of different opportunities where you can do that.
Right.
So I did a lot of internships, and then I figured out the government was not for me. I figured out that, you know, teaching was not for me. But then what I figured out is that I really enjoy, you know, analyzing industry and predicting the future. You know, and so I basically spent my time thinking about the future and then invest in companies that can help change that future.
Okay. Okay.
So
last question.
I got lucky. Yeah, and I can actually pay my rent and feed myself and pay for my kids' tuition doing this. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Awesome. That sounds good.
We're the first accelerator in Asia to have a unicorn come out of our program.
Right.
So that's always nice.
Yes.
So we've had $1 billion company come through our program 2 years ago when they were just a startup, making $250 a week. And now they're worth over $1 billion.
Yeah, that's very awesome. Okay, last question. If you can go back 25 years, what would be the one thing that you would do differently and why?
So I wouldn't change anything. I think probably the only thing I would change is I would spend a little bit more time studying Mandarin because when you're older, like studying a language takes a lot of time.
Right.
And when you're older, you don't have as much time.
Mm-hmm.
When you're younger, you have more time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the answer to that. So and with things that take a long time to learn, like a language, put in the time now, it'll pay off later.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's Prashant's turn here. Thanks,
okay.
Colin.
All right, thank you so much, Wesley.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Yep.